It's Kayla from the Celebration Company, and I have got a Dollar Tree haul to share with y'all today. I ran in there today because I'm going to try, all right? I'm going to make no promises, but I'm going to try and do something Dollar Tree related every Tuesday, all right? So, and I was running low on Dollar Tree items. I just didn't have a whole lot. And so I went in there today and I picked some stuff up. And I got a few things for some makeovers and just some other things. And I just want to share with you what I got. And then we're going to do a makeover. We're going to do a birdhouse. Birdhouses are one of my favorite things to decorate. I don't know why, but I just have so much fun decorating them and making them pretty. So we're going to be using our craft paper today on one of our birdhouses, or on a birdhouse from the Dollar Tree. That was $5. And I'm going to show y'all what all we found. I got some good stuff. This time they had some new stuff out that I had never seen before. And I love it when I can go in there and I can find new stuff, because 9 times out of 10, it's the same stuff that I have seen over and over again. But today there was some new things and some things I think y'all are definitely going to be interested in. So I do want to share those with y'all. And I know y'all are going to love it. All right. So when you hop on, say, hey, let me know you're watching. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I'm glad to see all of you today. Let's see who we got joining. Hi, Joy. Hello. Hey, Dorothy. Hi, Letta. Hi, Carol. Hey, Pam. Hi, Teresa. How are you today? Happy birthday to your husband. Hey, Carol. Hi, Linda. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Jesselyn. Hi, Lynn. Hey, Dale. Good to see y'all this afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so went into Dollar Tree. Let me move this out of the way. And I looked at everything, but where I found the most new items was in the home decor section, actually. I did not buy everything that I saw, but I did take a video. So I will be posting that this week, and you'll be able to see all the things that I saw that was new and interesting. Lots of fun stuff there. If you like butterflies, which Trisha, she does, she needs to go in there. They had lots of butterfly stuff, lots of new butterfly stuff. And I did buy one of those items, but there was some really fun stuff on there. Okay. All right. Hey, April. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Denise. Terry says, I did Dollar Tree today too. On another note, I made your chili and your chicken broccoli Alfredo, and both were absolutely amazing. Aw, thank you, Terry. I am so glad to hear that. Hello over on YouTube. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Maxine. Hey, Wanda. Hi, Danielle. They do keep raising their prices, I know. Hey, Rosemary. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Heidi. They do keep raising their prices. However, with the price increases, it's not all bad, because there's still been better quality come into play with some of it. I do firmly believe that. So I have been seeing some better quality stuff, and I can show you some of that stuff that I got today that I feel like is better quality. And even though we may have spent a little more on it, it's still nice to have like different stuff that has a little bit better quality to it. So, hi, Patty. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me show you what I found. All right. So, we used this week, not this week, last week. I got some extras so that I can send some prizes to y'all. Okay. So we'll get those out at some point. But these right here. So I used. These are a little different. Let me show you. In a way, I almost think I like these, but I will say this is one of those things that the quality got cheaper on. So last year, I found these. Okay, and we used these on this sign that we did right here last week. So this is what I found last year. This is what they have this year. And so you can see the difference. They're both really cute. This one is made with the particle board. This one is too, but this has this little trim around it and the beads are bigger. And this one's a little rough on the edges and stuff. Can you see that? It's still really cute, but that's the difference. So anyways, but they do still have these. They're very cute. I got 3 of them so that I can give some away to y'all. All right. Okay. Then I found they have this whole new collection of stuff. You like this year's more, Jessalyn? And they have these, which would be so good for Christmas. So if you need some ornaments, grab these up because talk about quality. If they can come up with something like this for every day, why can't they come up with something like this for Christmas? Because this is quality. The Christmas that they put out, a lot of it sometimes looks cheap, right? This does not look cheap. This looks like an expensive ornament. And they're in the decor, so they're not necessarily meant to be ornaments. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with them, but I thought they were really cool. And so I almost see like a little finial with it. But this one is gray, and it's got this matte distressed look, and then this one's white. And they have, they feel sort of solid, and they've got the little black eye hook in the top and the jute hanger. You could paint these in red and you could add glitter to them, and they would be gorgeous Christmas ornaments. You should definitely, Michelle, you should. Bottle tops, absolutely. So those are fun. Okay, these are super cute. If you're a butterfly fan, you're absolutely going to love these. But even if you're not a butterfly fan, these are just cute. So it's these picture frames. They're 4x6. They come in 2 colors. I got one of each. So there's this one right here. Yes, Lynn, the flocking would be really pretty on this. There's this one here. It's painted black and then has like a copper kind of a bronzy finish brushed over it, and it's got the little butterfly cluster at the top, and then at the bottom it's got butterflies. So it's almost like an ornate vintage frame, except it's butterflies. How cute is that? And then there's also a white one as well. So I got one of each so that we could paint them, we could distress them, we could transform them however. This one I'd like to see done in a brass look. This one here, Trisha was talking about it, painting this a color and then distressing it would be really fun on this one as well. April, you got to keep going. That's how you find stuff. Sandy, I'm so sorry. I hope you get to feeling better. All right. This was in the Dollar Tree. You know what? I'm going to open this up because I feel like it's a little hard to tell what this looks like with this plastic on. But I've seen stuff like this at Hobby Lobby. And it's like just a glass frame that's got flowers in the middle and looks like they're actually dried baby's breath that it almost, the only thing that's bugging me about it is it looks like the inside needs to be cleaned. I'd almost want to try and take it apart and try and clean it because the inside looks dirty. I don't know if it can be cleaned on the outside, if that's what it is, but look how cute that is. Super cute, beautiful, high-end looking. The frame has just got this sort of raw wood look about it. It's not raw wood. It's definitely got like a plastic coating on it. So you could paint it if you wanted to. But I just thought that was really, really pretty for Dollar Tree. I've got something similar that I got from Michael's that I paid like 20 bucks for. So it's a good deal. These right here I love, and I ought to go get more of them because they're so good. These are so good. Look at these candlesticks. They are glass. They had these in the brown and they had them in a charcoal color. And these would be so beautiful painted in chalk paint and then distressed. That would be so pretty. But they're really also very pretty just like this. I think they'd also be pretty if you took some dry brush brass colored paint and go over them with that. I think that would also be pretty. But they are so gorgeous. The gray ones are the exact same style, so they don't have a different, design to them. I wish that they did, but they don't. But this beautiful brown, and they are like a frosted glass. I'm sure that the finish that's on them is not permanent. I bet you could even remove that finish if you wanted to and make them clear. We did that one time. I got a ton of flack over it, but we did that one time with a little glass container, and I used acetone to remove it, and I was able to get it all off. I don't know if you could do that with this or not, but oh yeah, that's a good idea. Snowman with a hat. I love that. It does kind of look like that. So that would be fun too. That's a fabulous idea. I definitely see that. So head, this is the brim of the hat, and this is the top of the hat, and then this is the collar or the rest, the other parts of the body. And this is for Griffin. Composition book, mini ones. Okay. Then I found, okay, so, and like I said, this is what I meant. This is like looking better quality, higher end. Same thing here, better quality, higher end. But of course, the prices went up, and so when it goes up, then stuff like this comes out. Stuff like this that you would see in Hobby Lobby is now in Dollar Tree. So that's the difference. This right here, not Dollar Tree in the least, not at all, but yet it is, and it was $3. This is a 40 pack of snack cups, and they are adorable. Absolutely adorable. I can't believe this was in Dollar Tree. This looks like Home Goods, Hobby Lobby, boutique places. Let me pull them out so you can see. And they're great quality, excellent quality. And so that's what I mean, is you're getting better quality because those prices went up. So the prices did go up, and that helps them to keep the prices on some items that they've had, or you know what I mean, to still continue to provide the items that they've always had, but they're also able to provide other items that are better quality. So these are right here. Look how adorable those are. I mean, they're so cute. Love is Sweet stripes. It's got this foil, silver foil on it. And then this one right here has the XOXO. I mean, these are like boutique party store items right here. They don't look Dollar Tree at all. And they feel very nice in quality as well. So yeah, they are snack cups. You can use them for cupcakes. You can bake in them. I think you can bake in them. And you can use them for treat cups, like, putting Valentine's in, things like that. Holds. It doesn't say anything about baking on here. It says nuts fruits, candies, dips, snacks, cookies, or ice cream. So, there you go. Super cute. I got this. Y'all, I was telling the girls, I'm sort of obsessed with all things travel, on the go, like individual packaged items. I don't know why, but I am sort of obsessed with it. I'm just attracted to it. And so I buy these stain wipes, but I don't have the stain remover pen. So I got this. It's got the pen and the stain remover wipes in one. And it is got 4 of the wipes in one pen. You can also buy the entire box of the wipes that's got like 10 in it or something like that. And these actually do work. I have used them plenty of times and they do work. And then I also got these because, like I said, obsessed with stuff like this. Don't know why. Anyways, these are detoxifying face and body cleansing wipes. And they're called Swipe Wipes. And so it's a 30 pack of individually packaged little wipes. Look how cute. I just love it. Just love it. Listen, I have been traveling with those stain wipes, and you know who's been using them? My mom. I should have gotten her a pack of those because she's the one that's been using my stain wipes, not me. All right. Then I found this adorable birdhouse, which, how cute, right? How cute is that? It's already so darn cute. When I looked at it, I thought, do I want to get that for a makeover? Because I don't know. Does it even need a makeover? But there are some things I can do to this that I think can make it over the top adorable, even beyond what it is now. And so that's what we're going to do. But it's really cute as it is. This adorable little bird beehive birdhouse. And it was $5. Here's my receipt. Let me just see here. I want to make sure. Okay, so the tree cups were $3. The hearts were $1.25, so they were regular price. The butterfly frames, they were $1.25. All of the rest of it was $1.25. So everything was $1.25, except for these birdhouses. So these were $1.25. These were $1.25. So they were all the normal price. You know, normal price as in since this last change. Okay, and then the last thing I got is this birdhouse, and this is the one we're going to make over today. So I got this little metal birdhouse. It's metal. It was $5 as well. It's got this corrugated pink top. The base of it is like a cream color, and then it's got these metal flowers on the front of it. All right. So let's make that over. Let's make it even more beautiful than it already is. We're going to take it to another level. Let me get this stuff out of the way. So go check out your Dollar Trees because they do have some new stuff. And they've got some good options right now. Everything's $1.50. Things have gone up to $1.50 at our store. Plenty of stuff. But all of that stuff was still $1.25. So I feel like that should stay, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So we got this. We're first going to remove these embellishments that are on it, okay? And they will come off pretty easily. They're not welded on. So this, it's just got like these little, you can see, like, look how easy that popped off. So there's just like these little holes in it, okay? And so it came off pretty simple. So I want to decoupage some mulberry paper on. but I can't decide, so I need y'all to help me decide. And we're gonna take a vote, okay? So the first option is that we're gonna call it Twall, and the other one we're gonna call White, and the other one we're gonna call Blue. Okay, so we got 3 options: Twall, White, and Blue. Okay, thank you, Carolyn. So the first option is the Twall. These are all craft paper designs from this month, and I printed them on mulberry paper. So I'm just going to lay this on here to show you how this looks with the pink. So this is the first option. This is the Twall. Okay, so don't vote until you see all 3 options. So that's the Twall. Okay, and kind of show you what it looks like on the front. The second option is the White. Okay. All right, that's the second option. And then the third option is the Blue. Okay, this is the Blue. All right. Okay, so y'all vote. Twall, White, or Blue. Which one is your favorite? Hey, Danae. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you could join me. All right, Carolyn says Twall. Let's wait until we see. Okay, Sandy says Twall. Doreen says Twall. Rhonda says White. Okay, there's 3 Twall. Another Twall. Maida says Blue. Twall. White. Uh-oh, I think the Twall is winning. White. Blue. White. White. Twall. White. White is catching up. White's catching up. Twall. White. Blue. Twall. Blue. Blue. Twall. Twall, twall. Twall. Blue. I think the Twall has won. All right, we're going with the Twall. It seems to be taking quite a lead, and as I scroll down, I'm still seeing more Twall. So, there's still a lot of comments coming in, but most of y'all are saying Twall. So we're going to go with the Twall, okay? All right. Okay. So I printed it on mulberry paper, and the way that I do this on my printer, the mulberry paper isn't the same size as regular letter paper. It's not 8.5 by 11. It's a little not as wide and longer. And so I set my printer to print legal instead of letter so that I can print the majority of the length. And what it does is usually I'll have one side that is borderless, and then I'll usually have 3 small borders. And so I like it that way. You can also print the 8.5 by 11 on a borderless printer, and you're going to have like an inch on the end that is not going to be printed. And then I just usually will do fit to paper so that it fills the entire paper, except for, of course, that little edge. Okay? All right, so let's decoupage. We're going to cover this with our mulberry paper. Let me get some glue. And I'm going to just cut the top off. That edge there that did not print. There we go. Let me grab a paintbrush. I'm going to do a paintbrush because it's going to be easier to get up into underneath the roof line and everything than a pouncer would be. Okay, so we're just doing this side first. And just happen to think I could probably, if I do it sideways, no, I don't want to do it sideways because then it's going to mess up the pattern. Then my birds are going to be turned sideways. So I'm just starting by just putting it on here. Sandy, you could put it outside if you wanted to, but you would need to spray it with a varnish. The way that I'm going to decorate it, you probably wouldn't want to put it outside. All right. I'm going to grab a sharp utility knife and just cut this across here to remove that excess. And then I'll take my Celebration Company sander and we're just going to sand off the excess here on the edges. Okay, just like that. How cute is that? That's adorable. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to use the same piece here. Getting up underneath that roof line. Okay. And we'll add and this one I overlapped it on this side just a little bit because that edge was rough where I used the sander to remove it off of the other side. So I'm just going to sand off on both sides. All right, so we'll just take a sharp utility knife and just cut across the bottom and then sand away the excess. Okay. There we go. All right. So we got both sides done. So now we're going to do the front. It's going to be a little trickier, but I don't think it should be too bad. So I'm going to start with the bottom. Go ahead and remove the little excess on the bottom. And let's go ahead and coat. The only reason why it's going to be a little trickier is because we've got this little perch, but the perch is small. And so I think I can just poke it right through the paper. That's what I'm hoping. So instead of trying to line up the bottom first, I'm going to lay this on about where I think it needs to be. And then I'm just going to poke this through. And then we'll smooth this on. Okay, and I'm just going to go down one side and smooth it, and then go down the other side. No, Teresa, she's not home yet. I'm going to use my scraper to press up in there to make sure that is smoothed down. All right. So I'll take my sharp utility knife. And just run that up that top. We'll do the same thing on this side. Just having a hard time getting to the very top there. I'm going to cut this like that. Okay, there we go. All right. We're getting there. And this did have that blue painted around the edge. I decided to leave that. If I don't like it when I'm done, then we'll paint around there. But I felt like I might like it because this paper has blue in it. So I thought, you know, that might actually be cute, having that little accent. Okay. There we go. All right. So we just need to cut the hole out. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? Now I'm not going to do the back side because I don't think I've got enough paper. I didn't do 3 pieces. This is not quite big enough. I just don't think I need to do the back side. I think it's going to be fine without it. I do, Wanda. I sure do. All right. So let's make that hole. I'm going to take my knife, my sharp knife. You want to make sure it's good and sharp. And you'll just go around and cut. There we go. All right, so there's our little birdhouse. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take my decoupage glue. We'll cover the whole thing and seal up this mulberry paper. And then we're going to probably do a bit of distressing. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'm going to go around the hole, just seal it up. Make sure everything is well adhered. And y'all, we didn't paint the background because it was this cream color. And so I thought that was going to actually look really well with this paper, and it does. I'm really loving the way it's looking. On the background. It's like a little bit pink, a little bit yellow. All right. And that perch and little piece around the hole looks really good with the paper. So y'all chose well. All right. That was easy. So now it's just about decorating and embellishing. So let's go ahead and dry this. And then we're going to add a little bit of distressing. Or detail, I would say. A little bit of detail. Okay. That looks so good. Look how cute that is. All right. So let's grab some paint. I'm going to try to decide what color I want to use. I don't want to use raw umber because I think that's going to be too much. And I don't think that I want to use white. So I think we're going to use fawn. Okay. So I'm going to grab some fawn. Patty, maybe you accidentally turned the comments off. There's like a little arrow at the bottom. If you just hit that, then they should come back up. Should. If not, maybe go out and come back in. All right, so I'm going to take a pouncer. These also we do have on our website. I'm going to remove some of the paint. And we're just going to add some of this. We're going to add some detail. I'm going to put this around the hole. I'm not necessarily trying to cover the blue. But if some of it gets covered, I'm not concerned with that. And then we're going to add this on the edge here on the roof. And then we're going to go all the way around. This paint color also is on our website. Yes, it sure is, Patty. We're just kind of getting the edges. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to get these edges as well of the birdhouse. And you want to pounce this on, not swipe it on. It's going to give you a different look. And I prefer the way it looks when it's pounced. Looks a little more natural to me. All right, let's do this back. Okay. I think I'm going to do the top a little bit too. Good deal. I'm glad that worked, Patty. Ooh, I bet that's beautiful, Carolyn. All right. I'm going to take it and go on the top here of the roof line. I think I want to go over the roof just a little bit more. I'm adding some just very lightly on some of these higher ridges. I'm not adding a lot, not as much as I did around the edges, but just adding a little bit in there across those ridges. Okay, just like that, just highlighting that corrugated metal look. Okay. Alright, I'm just trying to decide if I want any more paint added or if I'm happy. I think I will take some put on the bottom here as well. And just go all the way around. And then we're going to do something fun with the inside of this. All right. So that's where we're at right now. What I like to do sometimes with these, and I'm trying to decide, I think I'm going to actually. I'll do a wash and with the paint, and I'll spread a bunch of paint on there, and then I'll wipe it off with a wet wipe. And anywhere where I didn't get decoupage glue, it'll absorb the paint and it'll leave like a distress mark. Let's try it on this one. I'm going to go ahead and dry the paint that I've already added because I don't want to wipe that paint off. Yay, Wanda, I'm so glad. All right, so let me grab some white, and I'm going to do it on the side first, so, and see how it looks. I do it with raw umber a lot, and with this I didn't want that dark of distressing on it. I wanted this to be a little lighter. So I'm just going to squirt some on this side, and I'm just going to rub this out, and then I'll take my wipes here and just rub that on and remove the excess. And because we put that layer of decoupage glue on there, it protects the paper so that it doesn't absorb a lot of the paint. It looks like I did a really good job with the decoupage glue, so it didn't really absorb any of the paint. So you know what? I'm just not even going to worry about it. All right. I'll do it, and I'll do a really rough decoupage layer. I didn't see it, Teresa. Let me see. Teresa says, I always get birds outside my kitchen window. Still, I always say good morning to them, and they fly away. I just love my window and seeing the birds. Oh, fun, Teresa. That's fun. I have in my upstairs, we've got a window unit up there because it just gets blistering hot, even with air running up there. And so we added a window unit. It still gets super hot. But anyways, when I'm sitting up there at my desk, sometimes a bird will come and land on that window unit, and I get to sit there and watch it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to embellish. So I want to put some flowers in this little bottom area. So we're going to grab some moss. And I don't know for sure. OMG. Just drop the whole thing. Okay, here we go. This kind of moss. I want reindeer moss. And I'm going to glue this into the bottom here. Alright, so I'm just going to take my hot glue, just add a layer of hot glue in there, and then we'll just use moss and just kind of fill it in. Alright, and we're just going to go all the way around. I want to make it look almost like it's a little garden growing. Like flowers growing around it, something like that. I like the reindeer moss best. I don't know. I like that it's kind of moist feeling. It looks more realistic to me. Right, might as well put some across the back here as well. Just grab this leftover here. All right. So we got our moss in there. So now I've got some florals over here, and I've got some small little flowers, and these are baby's breath. But of course, you know, so baby's breath. And we're going to add some of these little flowers just kind of all around. And then I've also got some greenery as well. I've got like these little ferns. We might add a few of those kind of sticking in. And I've got like these little guys, and we'll just kind of take small little bits and put them in. So it looks like it's just kind of like this wildflower garden. So I'm just going to take and cut the ends off so that I get like little mini pieces. And I'm just adding some glue to them and just sticking them in. We just want to create that just randomness all around. So it's not going to be, there's not going to be order to it. We can cut some pieces and have those be a little bit longer, kind of hanging out. We're just gonna kind of play with it. Let's see here. I'm just going to use different types and styles. This is all just like random scrap bits of greenery that I have laying around. Different colors. And styles. going to keep going all the way around with the greenery. And I'm hot gluing every piece in because they'll just fall right out. And I didn't do any styrofoam or anything like that. Do a little bit of a longer piece to hang across the front a little bit. It's not super long, it's just kind of coming over the front just a smidge so you can see what we're doing. We're just creating this just fairy garden almost type of a thing. So it's not just the moss. We want to just create that variation. Let's see. Let's cut some more of this fern. This looks good. I'm almost happy with it. Let's cut right there. Go. Let's do one more piece. I'm gonna do this little bit right here. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the flowers and we're just gonna do the same thing. We'll add the flowers and you can just grab like a little bundle of 3 and then we'll just stick those flowers in there as well. I've also got these lighter pink ones as well, so we're going to do both styles. I'm not making them very tall, I want them nice and short. Just fill in with these little flowers. What are y'all thinking about this? Y'all got quiet. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the flowers. Isn't that cute? You could do any kind of little flowers you have. I do think it needs to be kind of little in order to really make this, make it look, you know, have this style about it. Michelle, what are you cooking? And you can get these little flowers off of Amazon. We are getting there. We just need to do this side. It's kind of a little bit of a longer one just for something different. That sounds good. Orzo is something that I never have. I do like it though. I just don't ever have it for some reason. Here's like a whole little bush I can do of them back here in the back. Maybe even add some of these lighter pinks right in there with it. Right in the middle. Okay, let's do just a couple of more right here. Oh, that sounds amazing, Wanda. What time should I be there? Sounds yummy. All right. Okay. So there we go. That's that. All right, let's grab some moss. We'll add some moss up here to the perch as well. I'm just going to grab like a little clump of it, and I'm going to glue it to the top of the perch. Kind of inside the hole a little bit. Just like that. Now we can also take some more moss and we can just put it in some random spots on the birdhouse itself, just to kind of bring it all together. Because if this is going to be a birdhouse that's been sitting out in the woods and it's got the moss growing on it and stuff, it's not going to be just on the base, you know, it's going to be in other spots. So we'll just do some small little areas. With a little bit of moss. Okay, I think I'm going to get a little on the top. Maybe back here. Go. All right. Now, I do have a bird. Where is my bird? Right here. Okay, this is a Dollar Tree bird. Let's see how he looks. He does have a bit of yellow on him, so I just want to see if I like him. I think I do like him. So I'm going to pull out this little claw clip. We don't need him. And we'll just glue this right onto that moss. Just add some hot glue right onto the bottom. And perch him right there on his little perch. Or she. Is it a she? It would be either one, right? Not staying very well. See if I can fix that at all. There's the bird. This or this? This cake stand? No, I did not make it. I made this that's got the twine on it. The cake stand came from Hobby Lobby. All right, so this needs one more thing, and I think it's done. It needs a bow. It needs a bow, and so I gotta decide what bow to use. I had a hard time finding. I pulled out this fabric because I thought that it pulled the color of the bird. What do y'all think? Do you like that fabric? Or we can do, I've got this pink ribbon. Let's see if I've got, uh-oh. It's my brother-in-law calling. That usually only means one thing. That usually means he needs a babysitter. This is not going to work at all. Just curious if I have a blue that would work. That's not right. That's not right. I'm sorry you feel that way, Brenda, but everybody has their own different taste. You know, everybody's got a different taste. Got this like vintage, no. No. Let's see here, what about this? It's not bad. Let's see what this looks like. You like it as is. This is not long enough. I don't know that this is long enough. I could use mesh. I sort of like that actually, because it's just kind of dainty and just sort of simple and flowy. It's like, I like it actually. I really like it. So this is what we're going to go with. This I got from Joann's a long time ago, so several years ago. Which of course you can't get it now. But I think it's called crinkle ribbon maybe. And so I'm just going to glue it just here to the side. Might actually go on this side because of the way I cut the tails. But no, for some reason it feels like it needs to be on the left. I don't know. So I'm going to add a big dollop of hot glue right there, just below the hanger. And this adds just a little bit of softness. It's like putting a hair bow on a little girl. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? There it is. Look at that. Don't you love it? I just love a big bow. So, it's got its little garden around it. Little bird. How cute is that? So there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me. Y'all, it's totally, everyone has their own opinion. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all, because everyone's taste is different, truly. And so it's totally fine if somebody thinks that this is too much, because it probably is. It is over the top. And that's not everyone's style, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay, because your style may not be my style, and so on. You know, that's why there are so many different things out there for us to choose from, because everybody's style is different. But anyways, I love it. I think it turned out really adorable. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Join me back here every Tuesday, hopefully, until something derails me. I am planning to do Dollar Tree crafts on Tuesdays. Okay, so be ready for that. I know y'all love Dollar Tree crafts. We're going to do Dollar Tree makeovers, Dollar Tree crafts, all the different things. So make sure you join me for that. I'll see you all on tomorrow. Tomorrow is What You Cooking Wednesday. All right, so I'll be cooking with y'all tomorrow. And I don't know what I'm making yet, but either way, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.